What really happened to the Yuba County Five? It was the evening of February 24th, 1978, and five young men, Gary Mathias, Bill Sterling, Jack Madruga, Theodore Ted Whiter, and Jack Hewitt, piled into Madruga's Mercury Montego to attend a basketball game at Chico State. They were excited. They were part of a vocational rehab program and had a tournament of their own the next day. Winning meant a trip to Los Angeles. They even laid out their uniforms before they left. But they never made it home. The known facts. Their car was found abandoned the next day on a remote, snow-covered mountain road near Rogers Cow Camp, 70 miles off their planned route. It wasn't stuck, damaged, or broken down. In fact, deputies said any of them could have turned the car around. Inside the car were snack wrappers and folded maps, untouched. The keys were gone, but the car would start with a hot wire. Nearby was no town, no help, and no obvious reason for them to be there. So why were they? A working theory, a chain reaction of bad decisions. Let's walk through one plausible chain of events. After the game, the men may have stopped for snacks in Chico, as a witness at a gas station later claimed. Then they got back on the road, likely headed home. But Gary Mathias, who had schizophrenia, reportedly under control with meds, might have asked them to take a detour. He knew the foothills from Army training, and might have talked the others into taking a scenic route or looking for something, maybe even a friend's house he thought was nearby. But once on the remote road, things went wrong. 1. Disoriented in the dark. Around midnight, they may have gotten lost. The road into the Plumas National Forest becomes rough, winding, and isolated. Perhaps they thought they were still headed somewhere safe. The group was not prepared for cold weather, just light jackets. When they stopped the car, it was likely voluntary. Then they saw snow, deep, sudden snow. They weren't dressed for it, but maybe something outside the car startled them. Maybe they thought someone was in trouble. Maybe one of them heard something. Or maybe Gary, in a confused state, panicked and insisted they get out. It could have started as a group decision to go for help. 2. Into the woods. 5 men set out on foot, in the snow, in the dark. They headed toward the mountains, possibly thinking there was a lodge or cabin nearby. That was a fatal mistake. After 5 miles of hiking, they reached a trailer in a Forest Service camp. Inside the trailer was shelter, propane heating, canned food. But here's the chilling part. Ted Whiter's body was found inside, months later. He had lost 80 to 100 pounds, grown a beard, and was wrapped in sheets. His feet were badly frostbitten. It looked like he had survived for as long as 8 to 13 weeks before dying of starvation and exposure. But here's what haunts investigators. The trailer had food, clothing, and fuel. The propane tank was full, but no one lit the heater. Why? 3. Fear or mental confusion. One possibility is that the men were afraid to break anything. They may not have understood how to use the heater. They might have feared getting in trouble for stealing. These were men with mental disabilities and gentle personalities. They likely didn't realize this was a survival situation, or that help was weeks away. Another possibility is that Gary Mathias, who was known to be more capable, had helped Ted into the trailer, fed him from the cans, and then left to get help, but never made it. His shoes were found inside the trailer. It's possible he put on Ted's thicker boots and walked into the snow alone. Gary's body has never been found. 4. What about the others? Jack Madruga and Bill Sterling's bodies were found 4.5 miles from the car, dead from hypothermia under the trees. No signs of trauma. Likely they collapsed while trying to find shelter. Jack Hewitt was found 2 miles away, bones scattered near a stream. One by one, they succumbed to exhaustion and cold, their minds clouded by panic, perhaps misdirection, or even trust in one another. 5. Why did they go that way at all? The most enduring mystery is why they took that road. Was it Gary's idea? Was there a mix-up? Could someone have coerced them? Some believe they were chased, possibly by someone they picked up, or an altercation that led them to flee into the mountains. But there's no sign of violence. A less sinister but equally tragic possibility, a mistaken detour, perhaps a belief that they were heading home, combined with Gary's potential delusion or misjudgment, leading the group to follow him into danger. Once they left the car, the clock started ticking. The final moments. Imagine this. 5 young men lost in the snow, following their friend who seems to know the way. Their fingers go numb. They can't feel their feet. One collapses. The others push forward. They find a trailer. It smells like old wood. It's shelter. They break a window to get in, but don't light the heater. Ted, unable to move anymore, is left inside with food and water. Gary promises to come back. Days pass, then weeks. No one returns. In the end, this might not be a story of murder or supernatural forces, but a slow, painful unraveling of poor judgment, mental confusion, and tragic miscommunication. The Yuba County Five didn't die all at once. They fell apart, one by one, lost in the wilderness, held together only by the fragile thread of friendship and hope. And the one man who may have known the way out, Gary Mathias, disappeared into the white, leaving only questions behind.